You're watching the Corona Post Show here for the Rip Curl Narrabeen Classic. What an event. Stop number 3 for the World Surf League Championship Tour. An incredible Sunday for pro surfing as we had a lot of big heats today, sending our surfers out of the event for the first time with the elimination round. A lot of drama there, even more drama when we got into the round of 32. We didn't even finish that round. Still Jordy Smith, Alex Ribeiro on deck, along with Iago Dora, Pedersen, Crisanto as the round continues. Thanks for being with us for the Corona Post Show and the Harvey Norman host set. Joe Trappell, Richie Lovett, Wayne Rabbit Bartholomew. Richie, what a dramatic day. It was hard to even keep pace with the rhythm of the ocean. It would go flat, then it would fire. It really kept the world's best on their toes today.
Yeah, it sure did. And, Narrabeen, we think of Narrabeen, we think about these classic left-handers, but it really hasn't been that. It's been a mix of lefts and rights and shallow sandbar and punchy little swells, and it's really tested the world's best surfers, and I'm loving the fact that they're getting tested.
Bugs, we had the restart in the last heat. Then we had the pause earlier when the skis were on it. Got everyone out of the water just to be safe. And, gosh, what else could have happened today?
Well, it was good that we got it all in because the sun had gone down in the last heat.
So much to catch up on first. The winner of the last heat, clutch performance from Kanoa Igarashi. Kanoa's with Stace.
Kanoa, obviously a close one up at Newcastle. Another close one here today, but you must be thrilled to get the win.
Yeah, I mean, it's just hard out there. Like, it's so hard to tell on Friday. I mean, I was watching all day at home, and I come down here and it's like a completely different wave. It's just like there's a pretty big playing field, and it's hard to really keep track of your opponent, so you have to really focus on your own game.
Do you mind if me asking, do you think it looks bigger, smaller on the webcast? Sorry, is it a bit bigger once you're actually out there?
It's just the waves that you're looking at from the beach aren't what they look like, you know. And the rights are like running like crazy. Like the angle of the wave is really weird, so it's hard to really belt it. And then the lefts are coming at you, so you always have to go down the line. So it's just like it's a mind trick. But I mean, it's fun. We have waves, so yeah. Thank God.
Tell me, in the warm-ups, I saw you get 2 of the biggest ramps I've ever seen and get really close to landing 2 of the biggest airs I've ever seen you do. You must have been licking your chops. Oh, well, yeah, I'll speak in English. You must have been really excited to see that ramp on that right under priority from David.
Oh my God, there's some rights that just slingshot like crazy. I've already broken a few boards on that section, but it's just one of those ones where I was just waiting to see that wave because, my strategy was, I figured that he wouldn't be looking for those rights anyways. He'd be looking for those lefts. So I just figured if I sat next to him, he would pass up a little right and it would give me a ramp. And, I didn't get as many opportunities as I wanted. I had that one and the section wasn't as big as I wanted. I hit it wrong. I actually buckled another board. But Brandon, thanks for this board. The board was magic, but it's broken now. But yeah, it's like I said, there's big ramps, there's everything. Hopefully, the swell sticks around and we have more waves.
Lecky, we'll take another one of these. Kanoa, good luck for the next round.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kanoa. Kanoa talking to his team manager at Sharp Eye, Brendan, saying, hey, that worked great, but send me some more, because which he just went through it against the heat with Silva, and I thought that was impressive because, I put Silva on my fantasy team. Don't rub it in. You're doing well, Rich.
I think I put him on mine too, just to let you know.
Right.
So.
We're in the same boat. But that was clutch for Kanoa against a guy like Silva who's so dangerous in small conditions. That was a great way to finish off the day. But I know the moment that we all were waiting for was to see yet again Italo Ferreira hit the lineup with the legendary Mick Fanning, 3-time world champ, a wild card this time. The beach was out of control in anticipation for this heat, Rich.
Yeah, the beach went mad, and it's for good reason too, because this man here, one of the most popular surfers in the world, and didn't Italo put on a performance there? He knew that he could probably lock Mick out with a couple of big, huge airs. He got them done really early in the heat, and then sort of sat on Mick, which to me tells me that he was sort of thinking Mick could come back in a big way. But unfortunately, Mick just didn't find that wave of real consequence where he could really open up. Geez, he was surfing fast, he was surfing on point, but just needed a slightly bigger open face canvas for him to really show what Mick Fanning is all about.
What a special heat to see Mick once again, and Italo shut it down with those big full rotations, back-to-back 6.5s. Made the switch to a smaller epoxy board actually right before the heat started, and then sat on Mick with respect with about 9 minutes to go to really shut that thing down. Italo looked like, Duma, the Iceman of today, and really had no mistakes.
Well, look, Italo Ferreira is destined to join Mick Fanning as one of the all-time greats of surfing. And to see both of them there today was so special. Huge crowd turned out, and, we were treated to the best of the best. I mean, obviously, yeah, as Rich said, it would have been great for Mick to get another wave to kind of match it up. But he showed... He showed moments of Mick Fanning, the greatest and Australian surfer since Mark Richards. And Italo he's just unbelievable. He got 265s on his own down the beach, and then just the heat was on. I mean, Italo putting the heat on Mick. It was really cool to see.
Special heat for surfing history. It's not every day a world champ like Fanning comes out of retirement to show us his stuff on the top platform. But this is interesting for Italo. Into the next round, he's got a draw with Connor Coffin. Connor was very clutch, getting past Carmichael today on the buzzer. Richie, your thoughts on this heat?
Oh, it's a good matchup. And on paper, you automatically think Italo's going to go to the air and he's going to lock Connor out with that progressive air game that he's brought to the last few events. But Connor, he showed just his face work is amazing. And he's super quick with the backhand snap. Also on the forehand, silky smooth. So it's going to be a good matchup. But Connor's going to have to bring absolutely everything to get up over that one.
Right before that heat 4. Look what we have here once again, Rabbit. Morgan back with John Florence.
Oh, this is a rematch from Newcastle. And, I think last time, I think John's going to take this on. Not like he didn't take it seriously, but he knows he's got a guy as a competitor. He's mowing through the field once again more than Morgan Siblick. John overnight changed boards, he changed equipment. I thought he looked really, really sharp today. Really good. Really
clutch performances to get there. Can Morgan do it again? But before that, the heat before that, heat 3, look what we have here. Medina versus Kayo, 2-2 with their wins in one-on-one heats, but maybe more drama than anything else we've had in the last couple of years, Rich.
Let's throw a little bit more salt on this one as well, because I want to see this fire up. These guys have both got a point to prove to each other here. Medina, he would be the favourite on paper, but Kayo's come into this event with a newfound enthusiasm. He looks like he's surfing really free and loose. And mark my words, he'll be wanting to take Gabriel down.
That is going to be a massive feat for Kayo and Medina, because Medina is already into his best start of his career with back-to-back finals and a strong second behind Italo Ferreira. So that's going to be one to watch. On the women's side today, the hero was definitely Johanne Defay. All of a sudden, we're thinking, okay, everything's coming together. It's pumping. She's on her backhand. She was unstoppable in the conditions in Narrabeen.
Well, Johanne at Newcastle was also absolutely one of the standouts. Her quarterfinal with Carissa Moore, before Carissa did a historic aerial manoeuvre, that was a super, super close quarterfinal. And she's brought that form down here. I was trying to figure it out when I watched this heat live. And Johanne has added a notch of speed to her whole performance, and she's hitting it. She's always had the power. Now she's got a lot of speed in the surfing, and so sharp. She's going to be a big threat.
It was great to see her use the downtime last year. She had more time to prepare, and she used it so well. Pocket 8.33s, best performance we had today.
Yeah, an amazing scoreline, and she actually had some good throwaway scores that were better than some of the other top scoring in heats today. So Johanne looking super sharp. Her equipment's looking just amazing under her feet. She's going to be a real threat in this competition.
So impressive to see her roll. Current world number 8. Johanne Defay caught up with Stace earlier today.
Not only the performance of the women's event so far, but I would have to say the performance of the whole event so far. Johanne, you look so comfortable out there.
Thanks. Yeah, I felt like we had many waves on the heat, and I kind of had the space to myself because the girl kind of battled on the right side, and yeah, I don't know. It feels good to go backside, and it was it was bigger wave than this morning and stuff. So it felt good, and when you start with a good score after you're in the rhythm, and so it feels good to have a round 2 like that. Not so much pressure for the whole heat. So it was good.
How hard is it to surf to win rather than to surf not to lose?
Yeah, I know. I know it's a lot of the mindset that I think all the competitors have to work on, because it's a big difference. That feeling of you're oh, I might lose, or I might win. Like I want to win. So I think it's a lot of like mental things But obviously it's helped when you have an 8.5 at the beginning of the heat. It's just like puts you in better condition. So I'll just try to keep that in mind if I get in like struggle next heat, and I just like, okay, last 5 minutes, it's okay, I can win.
Anytime, anywhere. Good luck in the next round.
Thank you. Thanks.
So great to see Johanne Defay in that kind of form, because she was brilliant in Newcastle. She fell victim to the air reverse seen around the world from Carissa Moore, and I talked to Johanne after that. She was like, I mean, yeah, that was amazing. Chris is one of her best friends, but it was tough because she felt like she was in rhythm. Yeah. I was happy to see her carry that down to Narrabeen, Rich.
Yeah, absolutely. She's in form at the moment, and she's slowly just inching away up the ratings here, and all of a sudden, just be careful. She might be in the world title race come later in the year.
It's true. With number 8 in the world, she's got some work to do to be in that final 5. Speaking of that title race, Carissa Moore, world number 1, chasing a 5th world title. She's got a matchup with Brisa Hennessy, Rabbit, in round of 16.
Oh, it's going to be a great match. I mean, you got to remember that Brisa Hennessy today knocked out Isabella Nichols, and Isabella obviously in that final at Newcastle with Carissa. So that's kind of poignant. And Brisa is just one of the exciting young surfers on the World Tour.
Another great heat in the round of 16. Young Caroline Marks will have Amuro Suzuki representing Japan.
Yeah, well, if there was a wave that was just particularly suited to Caroline Marks, I think Narrabeen's one of them. She's just got that tight pocket surfing, and that's exactly what the break's offering up at the moment. But Amuro Suzuki, she's used to these conditions as well, and she's come in as the wild card, and she'll have a point to prove.
And Rabbit, how about this one? Johanne Defay versus Tyler Wright.
This could be one of the best heats of the whole tournament. I mean, Tyler today looked very solid. She still looked like she's surfing within herself, and obviously we just saw that amazing performance by Johanne Defay, and she's shown that, I mean, her backhand is so sharp.
And maybe one of the toughest draws for Tyler Wright, who out of the title threats, I mean, especially when you think about Carissa's consistent start and Tyler falling out early at Merriweather. I mean, Tyler's going to have her hands full with Defay.
She sure is, and I don't feel like we've seen Tyler's best surfing yet in this event, and especially on her backhand. You know, I think her forehand is where her real strength is, and today, if it was, if you were comparing, Johanne had the lead all the way.
Well, when you have a big performance, we talk about you a lot on the Corona Post Show. It's time for the Boost Mobile Wave of the Day. We might have to pluralize that. Waves of the Day. Both of the 8.33s that went down for Johanne Defay. Growing up on a left in Reunion Island, she's dangerous at cloud break. There are more lefts on tour. She might always end up in that top 3 picture. All brilliant power surfing. That was a joy to watch today, Rabbit.
Yeah, this was a great performance, and the waves were really good in this heat, and Johanne used her priority real well. Her heat management was amazing, but it was her performance on the wave that really got the judges' attention. That was to the criteria.
And the way she can pivot and change her theme with power turns, fin releases, the backhand got even better this year.
Yeah, she's been working on that, and you can see the dividends paying off now. The speed between the transition from link to turn, it's just phenomenal. She's doing it sort of better than any of the other women in the draw right now.
I think she's going, hey, everyone's talking about Caroline Marks' best backhand on tour. Hang on a second.
Hang on a minute.
I want to compete with that. Lots still to come on the Corona Post Show. We got to go into the top 5 Surfline forecast. Remember, Dimity Stoyle goes behind the scenes. We'll be right back. You're watching the Corona Post Show. Let's dive into the Surfline forecast. Richie, what can we expect for the rest of the week?
Mate, I think we can get more of the same, actually. This groundswell from the southeast is going to continue to just keep producing some nice rideable conditions for us for the next couple of days, at least anyway. And it's going to ease up a little bit tomorrow, I think, but basically through the next 3 or 4 days, we're going to see the swell just go up and down, and we can see the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through to Thursday, we're in the 4 to 6 foot range. Now, when we talk about those heights, we're actually talking about wave faces, which is very similar to what we've seen today. So, yeah, more of the same, and I think what we've had in front of us over the last couple of days has been highly contestable. There's been so much opportunity, and we've seen the surfers go absolutely haywire.
So, by the feel of that forecast, tomorrow, the next day, we could be pretty busy.
We could be pretty busy. I think we're going to possibly keep running through. Of course, I don't make the calls. That's above my pay grade, but certainly we're going to have great conditions. The wind's going to continue to be light and variable, switching from the offshore in the morning and maybe a little bit of an onshore breeze in the afternoons.
Looking forward to that call tomorrow with some big heats underway. Remember, Dimity Stoyle always has this amazing backstage pass. Let's see what she came up with today.
Hey boys, do you want Mikey to cut your hair for you? Yes. Oh yeah, still the crowd favourite. Air guy. Air guy.
More of them.
More of them. What about the backside hammer attack? I don't know, like some cellular wave came to me right now. St. Lou. St. Lou. She just comboed the whole field. Combo land is just this other dimension. I was stuck there. Who's your favourite surfer? Oh, wash your mouth out with soap. How did it feel to crush the local beach's dreams of Laura and Emma?
I feel so bad because I love Laura, but I need to do well too.
Exactly. What's your job now for North Narrabeen?
I've been summoned to take the esky down the beach. Big esky. Watch me try carry it myself.
What up? Oh, hold on.
Dimity always does such a great job. Remember, she was on tour with all these women. She's such a talented surfer, but definitely brings the best out of all the characters on tour, doesn't she, Rob?
Oh, everyone loves Dimity, and they respond, and she just knows to get them in the right mood, and she lifts the whole mood. Not that it needs lifting on a day like today. I mean, everyone was so stoked and frothing, and we had thousands of people on the beach. What a great day at North Narrabeen.
Really special. That brings...